And we are live, I think. That's crazy. This is just gonna loop forever. Wait, this is this is terrifying. This is why I This is why I mute my view of No, stop. This is why I mute my version of the stream. That's awful. This could just go on forever if I wanted it to. Oh no, no, my weird laugh's gonna repeat. Hold on, I'm gonna snap again. It's about the little things in life. I'm amused much more easily than I thought I would be. Offensive statement. Whoa! Sorry, I gotta mute the stream. Some guy was making very offensive statements. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. We're live, as you can tell, from the fact that I had entirely too much fun listening to myself on repeat. Now, I don't really know why, for a stream where I'm going to spend some of the time building a Lego set, I chose to put characters from Planes 2 here. I just like putting interesting items in the background of my stream. See, when well, Dusty's there because I think this one's Drip, right? I got kind of a Planes 2 theme going on. I always like having kind of a theme to what cars are in the background of my stream. Sometimes I'll just have new items I have in box, but since I'm doing a Lego set stream, I don't want to fill up too much space in the background. So So the way I do it is I typically just like to get cars of a related theme. Typically I don't put that much thought into it. I just pick ones that are nearby, honestly. But is it because Planes 2 anniversary is coming up? No, it's because I just bought Disney Store Muir at a yard sale for $2 the other day, and I just kind of wanted to show them off. How long is it going to take the Lego set? It's not that big, probably just like an hour, and then we'll just continue the stream as usual. No, Cars Likes Ninjago, not today. Over on my Discord server, Cars Likes Ninjago is one of our admins, and he the other day played Doki Doki Literature Club for the first time, just on my server for like 4 hours. It was just him playing through every single second of the game. and everybody else just trying not to say spoilers. Everybody else, all of the rest of us just acting like it was so awkward. And I said I would read all of his reactions on stream one day. That day isn't today, but that day will come, don't worry. So I can't do Krusty Rotor for your birthday, unfortunately, because I just reviewed Krusty Rotor. Oh, I reviewed Krusty Rotor back in 2022. So I can review Krusty Rotor, but I'm not going to take Krusty Rotor, unfortunately, because I actually own a Krusty Rotor new in box that I haven't reviewed yet, and that I've been trying to figure out something to do with. So if you could suggest somebody else, he doesn't really line up with my typical rules. I accidentally bought another Krusty Rotor last year. Someone bought it for me, and yeah, that kind of breaks my no cards that I currently have, right? Because if I review him and it's an unboxing review, then everybody's gonna ask me to, yeah, it's 2023 Krusty. Then everybody is gonna ask me to review a new in-box item, you know? That's why I have a rule in place against that. So the next diecast history is a half hour. It's the longest one in a while, and I've just been struggling getting it out. Because it's a lot of work. When I was starting diecast history, I was so passionate about it, I was able to crank out a 30-minute episode in a week. But that came at the sacrifice of the rest of my content. So right now it's finding a balance. Ruby Easy Oak, sure, that's an interesting one. I don't think I've reviewed Ruby in a long time. I always like taking my channel. Yeah, oh, I reviewed Ruby Easy Oaks for 25 days of suggestions 6 months ago, so wait. So I can't do that. Curse you, my self-imposed rules. I reviewed Ruby 6 months ago. No. So that breaks my rule for in the last year. Man, I'm sorry. I did not remember reviewing Ruby. So anyway, it's right now a balance of me making content and working on the next diecast history, right? Cars Adventures is currently on kind of a mid-season hiatus. That's going to come back very soon. I always wanted to take a break halfway through the season, so I'm doing that. And then it's going to come back very shortly. I took an impromptu break from videos a few weeks ago, and it kind of screwed over my schedule for a bit, but taking a hiatus when I was halfway through the Cars Adventures season was always the plan, to take a little bit of time off. And so we're working on bringing it back. And also, diecast history was messed up by my impromptu break as well. And that's been difficult, just balancing time, because diecast history... Okay, Floyd Mulvihill's fine. I think Floyd's okay. I think I reviewed Floyd. Yeah, Floyd's fine. I'll review Floyd. Sorry for the complication. Floyd Mulvihill for June 30th, I think you said, right? Let me check my birthday request list. Yeah. I think I have another one coming up as well. I think I have... Yeah, I have one for June 23rd from RDoodler17 for Radiator Springs Classic Flow, which is a cool one. And that's my only other birthday request right now, so yeah, we're good on that front. Heavy Metal McQueen. I'm not sure. I'm sure I've reviewed Heavy Metal McQueen before. But I haven't done it since March 29th, 2018, so that's a pretty good one. Welcome, Cars Ignite. Sorry, I saw you show up earlier. I just didn't say hi yet. Will factory customs be included in diecast history? No, because they're not official products. I'm considering doing an episode on canceled cars, but factory customs are just glorified knockoffs. I haven't looked into the new Spider-Man DLC yet, but I've heard it's good. I haven't looked into what suits they're bringing back. But I don't know what the general consensus is, but I was pretty disappointed with the suit roster. I haven't actually seen all of it, but does the piece count on Lego sets count spare pieces? It doesn't, no. So it says 99 pieces, but there are going to be a few more in there. Yeah, the Mater diecast history for Cars Tunes. For Cars Tunes is 30 minutes. It's I think it's the longest episode since the first one, and I've just gotta take some time and knock it out. Yeah, it's the longest episode since the first episode by only a minute. It beats out episode 2. I'm trying to transition diecast history to a place where the episodes are shorter, closer in length to the Mater, the first Mater episode, which was 17 minutes, or the last 2 McQueen episodes, so that I'm just not overworking myself. And once we're done with McQueen and Mater, it'll be much easier, because I do want diecast history to be a weekly series, and I had that as a good thing going when it started. Remember there, all the cars, one piston up cars, both racers and staff be in one video. That is entirely too much for one video. For the Piston Cup racers, I think the King and Chick Hicks are going to be... The King will have his own video, Chick Hicks will have his own video. If not, I might combine them. But I think I'll give them individual episodes. And then all the Cars 1 racers will probably be split into 2 parts. Probably. I could probably knock them all out in one video, and that video would probably do super well, quite frankly. But, all of the Cars 1 racers have rubber tire variants. And that immediately, when's diecast history coming out? When it's done, I was hoping for tomorrow, but I'll be real with you guys and say probably Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, I messed up, and I messed up by including... Rolling Bowling Mater was not supposed to be in the last episode, because he's not based on the movie. I do mention that in this episode. I messed up here. He was not supposed to be in the last episode. He's supposed to be in this one. So all the Cars 1 racers should probably be split up into 2 episodes, because they all have rubber tire variants, and that doubles it, right? Nearly all of them have rubber tire variants, which takes me from 36 to, I guess, less than 36. Not all of them have rubber tire variants, and also you can't count McQueen, the King, and Chick Hicks and stuff. So basically, it almost doubles the cars I have to talk about. And yeah, there's not much to say with the rubber tire variants. I could just briefly mention them for a few seconds like I do most of the lenticulars. But it still adds a whole lot of content to the video. And it doubles the amount of work I have to do, because that's double the amount of calculations for the prices and everything. Yeah, Dale has 3 variants. Chuck Armstrong has 2 variants, of course, because you have the race damaged one. And then Ryan Shields and Hall Ingas both have metallic variants. Ryan Shields also has a lenticular variant, as do RPM, Leak Less, and Nitroid. Leak Less and Nitroid have 2 lenticular variants, so I think it'll be best if I split them up into 2 videos. Would Radiator Springs 500.5 be considered a cartoon release, even though he didn't actually appear in the short? Yeah, but I'm going to put him in the, when I cover Maters from after Cars 2, because Radiator Springs 500.5 takes place after Cars 2. When I get to the Cars 3 racers, forget it. I think I could probably fill out the veterans into 2 parts, but the next gens are gonna be split into at least 3 videos, plus 1 for Cruz and 1 for Jackson. Does Chuck have a rubber tires variant? He probably does as well. Most of them do. So the way Maters are formatted, and we'll break open the Lego set soon. So far we have Cars 1 Mater, the next episode is Cars Tune, and then the episode after that is Cars 2 Maters. And then after that, there aren't all that many Maters. There are maybe 3 or 4 from Cars 3, about 10 to 15 from On the Road. I'm way overestimating that. So every Mater from after Cars 2, so post Cars 2, Cars 3, and Cars on the Road, will all be 1 episode. So Mater will have a total of 4 episodes. Then afterwards, we're going to do Sally. I've said this before, but Diecast history goes in order of my collection in terms of the order in which I put the characters. Which isn't me trying to be pretentious and say my collection's the definitive way to display cars, far from it. It's simply just the easiest for me to go in the order that I put my cars in. So Sally's next, and I can knock out every Sally in 1 episode. Then I have Doc, who I could do in 1 episode. And then after that is Luigi and Guido. Luigi and Guido, I've been trying to figure out how to split. Because I'm not going to do... They have enough variants to be 2 episodes. And I think it's stupid to do every Luigi and then every Guido, right? No, On the Road Color Changer Mater, just by just being regular Mater, is going in on the road. Because that's what he was labeled as. I could split it into every Luigi and then every Guido, but I think that's kind of stupid. So I think with Luigi and Guido, it's not like a case with Mater and McQueen where I could split them up by appearance. I think with Luigi and Guido, I'm going to split them directly down the middle. I think that might be the best way. Cars has been around for 18 years, I'm going to split them right down the middle. Which would be 9 years in. But I don't think there are enough Luigi and Guido variants from the last 9 years. So I think Luigi and Guido, I'll probably do Luigi and Guidos from Cars 1 and everything else. Maybe Cars and Post Cars and then everything else. Because you have a few from Cars 2, a few from Cars 3, and a few from other places. Ramon, Ramon, I think I could get away with only 2 parts for Ramon. There's more Guidos than Luigi, yeah, that too. Ramon, I honestly think I could get away with just 2. If I do Cars 1 Ramon and then everything else, I could probably get away with it just fine. Because there are only 3 Ramon paint jobs in each of the sequels. Then you have to add in the Cars Tunes, or like the 1 Cars Tune one, the 3 Holiday ones, and then Radiator Springs 500.5, Pixar Fest, Dynaco. Okay, so when I get to Ramon, we'll get to Ramon. But every other Radiator Springs car, I could probably get into 1 part. I've considered splitting Sarge and Fillmore each into 2 parts. We'll see. Sally, no matter what, even if it's a long video, I want to keep Sally in 1 part, because most variants of Sally are just variants of regular Sally. And Sally tells an interesting story because she didn't have a lot of variants until pretty recently. So I think documenting every Sally in 1 video just would make the story of Sally diecasts flow better. No, I don't have the Octane Gang Hauler, sorry. You know, there are a few areas I haven't figured out yet. Sheriff, there are very few. Like, you guys are going to have to bear with me, because some episodes are going to be very short. Lizzie and Red will be combined, but Sheriff will have his own episode, and there will be maybe 6 total. It'll be 10 minutes. And the good thing about that means that I get a whole character out of the way, and can also make the next episode sooner, you know? But, for, like, I haven't figured out... Yeah, but I thought we wrote down, I wrote down that I'm doing the Cars 1 Floyd, but I do have both of the variants, yeah. So I don't know how to handle the World Grand Prix racers, quite frankly. I'll have to see. I think they'll probably be split into 2 or 3, we'll just have to see. I saw somebody ask what Mater I'm using for the thumbnail, it's Mater the Greater. When I think of Cars Tunes Maters, that's what I think of. 35 of the original 36 have rubber tire variants. Yeah, that's gonna be really annoying to do. So the only one that's missing is the Apple car, right? Lizzie Red, Stanley Frank, and the tractors could be in the same video. Yeah, I mean... But you also have to think of it from a presentation standpoint. Like, what do I call that episode? Lizzie, Red, Stanley, and Tractor, you know? I could just call it the rest of Radiator Springs, but... Are the Lincoln Road Hazards going to be one episode? Yeah, definitely. I mean, with them, it's just regular variants of all of them, flame variants, impound variants, 2 metallic cars, couple of color changers, and updated DJ. I don't know if I'm going to give updated Snot Rod his own entire section. I might just briefly mention him. We'll have to see. Well, actually, every time a car has gotten an update, I've just featured it in the same segment as them, I think. I'm not... Actually, I don't know. It depends for me. Anyway, while we continue to talk here, we're going to crack open this LEGO set. This is set 75391, in case you're like the one person on the planet that cares about set numbers. This is Captain Rex's Y-Wing Microfighter. It's a ship he flew at the end of Clone Wars, but I believe this set is based on Bad Batch. No, I won't use my broken blue DJ. I'll get footage of him. Yeah, this is definitely supposed to be Braca in the background here. I think the flashback Radiator Springs visitors and the current Radiator Springs visitors will be in separate videos, probably. So this is kind of a controversial set, because Rex is a very popular character whose figure was really, really expensive online. He was going for over $100. He was just in one set back in 2013. And last year, they put him out exclusive to a $700 set. And then this year, that same figure's out in a $13 one that I just bought at Target today. Why are the bags numbered? It's a tiny set. Oh, look. We got all the little accessories and stuff. This is actually, I know the Clone Troopers having holes in their helmets is controversial, which is also stupid. LEGO Star Wars fans have become almost as toxic as actual Star Wars fans, which is so cool and fun. Don't be on the internet, guys. The plastic of Snot Rod's engine has changed colors. LEGO actually hasn't fully switched to paper bags yet. I have not seen a single set. Open bag 2 first. No! Blasphemy! Let's just reorient the camera a bit to make things work a little better. Don't be on the internet. Proceeds to stream on the internet. Yeah, don't be on the internet if you like Star Wars. It's the best life advice I could give you ever. Be free, Rex. Yeah, I'm happy the clones have helmet holes now. I've been waiting for them to do that for a decade. For Phase 2 clones. I don't think it looks the best because, of course, we have, of course, they did this really weird thing where they put the helmet holes above the actual holes in the helmet, and that is just kind of a dumb choice, so it makes them look a little awkward. I get why you wouldn't like this. There's parts of it I don't like. I would have much preferred putting the holes in the holes. I understand that doesn't completely line up, and that they would actually have to make a new accessory kit for them, if that were the case, but honestly, that's a sacrifice I'd be willing to make. I understand it's not a smart business choice, but to me personally, I would have preferred that. Regardless, I think this is a great looking figure. Here's his pauldron. Nice, he's got a cloth piece. And here's his head. What I love about this Rex figure is that they gave him his little bandage from when his chip is removed. Very fitting, considering what this is based on, even though the box art shows Bad Batch. Yeah, you could whine and cry all you want that he should have a waist cape. At the very least, the least they should have done is print that waist cape around, you know. Back in my day, they gave you waist capes, but again, I genuinely don't care. People are so petty and picky with this stuff these days, and, I think he's just fine. Looking good. Let me just get his rangefinder on. Do you think Francesco has enough variants for an episode of his own? Quite frankly, Francesco has about as many variants as the rest of them do. Why is there a pink piece? Lego will always just put random color pieces on the inside so you could see them. Okay, so that's kind of the main purpose why I bought this set. We don't need to build it, quite frankly. But that's okay. We'll do it anyway. Oh, let me give him his guns. The on-the-road characters be... I don't want to build my Lego sets on a phone Lego. Stop pushing it. Oh, that's nice. I have a 25th anniversary ad. Let me... How have you been in the Star Wars fandom for who knows how many years and still have your sanity intact? Because I still remember that it's a piece of fiction and shouldn't be taken that seriously. But I am very quickly losing my sanity with the fan base. A lot of it is just not listening to people. I love that they go out of their way to make a piece that better represents the DC-17 pistols. Will the cars on the road characters be separated by episode? Sorry, I've been meaning to answer that. I actually haven't thought that far ahead, which I probably should, because the way my collection is formatted means we'll probably cover on the road stuff before we cover the racers. I think they'll probably be split up. They'll probably be in groups of 2, probably. Maybe 2 or 3. It depends on how many more on-the-road items are out by the time I get there. Which probably won't be all that many than there are now, quite frankly. I'm in Walmart right now. There's nothing, just a bunch of Gearston Marshalls. I've been going to a bunch of stores this week. None of them have been worth it. Yeah, my stores keep restocking with color changers, and there aren't even new color changers out. And the new ones that are out aren't good. Sorry to the 2 fans of the fact that they made a second color changer Revo Cos. That's insane! That's like the definition of who asked. Just found Slime McQueen. That's nice. I still haven't found that wave, other than the Ghost Tractor, which I found at a grocery store. My Walmart just restocked with the DJ with Flames wave again, which it got in a month ago, so that was annoying. But I know a lot of people haven't actually found that wave yet, so mine may very well have just gotten it in early in the first place, and now it's just catching up with other ones by restocking itself. Kind of wish they canned color changers again. I'm proud of the color changers line for years not doing repeats. They didn't for years. If you look at the early days of color changers, they were constantly doing repeats, constantly doing second incarnations, remakes, redos, and this line for 4 years made only new ones and only new variants, and just now they're going and remaking recent ones. And I commend them for that, because that was inevitable. That was gonna happen, and maybe we were a little silly for thinking it wouldn't, or not thinking that that would be a thing, because we lived really well with color changers for a very long time. If Gearston Marshall is in next year's diecast line, I'm going to go to Mattel and give them a stern talking to. I'm going to go to the head of Mattel, which we all know is Will Ferrell from the Barbie movie, and I'm just gonna tell him how we all feel. I just want to talk. And I'm sure the Color Changers line will continue to balance actual new releases with remakes and redos. But, like, right now they need to be doing less remakes and redos. That's just where we are right now. Which is a shame because, you know, right now, Color Changers are some of the only ways to get new diecasts that aren't from on the road. Let me make sure I get this stud shooter on right. No, Chick Hicks definitely does. They could pull it off now. Chick Hicks has only ever had a Dynaco color changer. I genuinely can't conceivably see a 2025 lineup where there's only one new release from the movies. If that's the case, I'm going to be so beyond upset. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm going to find a new hobby. Part of why I started Diecast History was because I was so annoyed with this year's Cars lineup being almost all on the road, and the fact that they revealed the poster in February, that I had to kind of go back to basics and rediscover what it is I like about the Cars Diecast line. Because I do like this year's lineup of cars. I think they're really good releases in general. All the new releases are great. Re-releases suck. And the new releases are great. It just is that I'm sick of them all being from on the road. I think Flo desperately needs a Color Changers remake. She's the only Radiator Springs character that's gotten a color changer before that hasn't gotten one since the line came back. Jason Rodke is beige. Is that going to be are people going to have a problem with that? What would I have to give away? Why do you keep asking? Give away your soul. Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm doing a soul giveaway. My sanity. I already gave that away a long time ago. Soul and sanity. Yeah, I'll give it away at 10K. Wanna join my free gift card giveaway? Off the bat, do you distinctly know the last lenticular chase card? No, I don't know what order they released in. Sorry. I think it might be Luigi and Guido with buckets and paint. I think they were the last ones numerically. But I'm not sure if that lines up. Hashtag road to getting nice. Yeah, Luigi and Guido color changers would be really fun. I could see them doing that at some point together. People always say the Cars line is dying, but people always say everything ever is dying. The Cars line is fine. The fact that it's lasted 18 years with a series that's had 3 movies, a few shorts, and 1 TV show, it's fine. I've heard people saying it's dying for years. Like, you always hear, oh, it's gonna be the end. It's like, it never is. The sky is falling. People are constantly saying NASCAR's dying. People are constantly saying Star Wars is dying every time they release a new property. You can't be dead. Oh, I dropped like 10 pieces. Something can be dead to you, but that doesn't mean it's dead. Anyway, we just dropped like 3 pieces. So when we get to those, we'll get to those. Like, if you don't like the Star Wars content that's coming out, that's fine. But claiming that a franchise is dead is always very funny to me. That's not how franchises work. I don't even know what that means. Stock is getting worse and smaller every week, it feels like. That's the store's problem. Not the Cars line's problem. That means people are buying cards that get smaller. No, meaning the section in the stores has less in it. Just because Walmart downsized their toy section recently with cars and Hot Wheels, and people are still mad about that. I've heard allegedly it's temporary. Yeah, I think the Acolyte's been fine from what I've seen. I think it's another case of, like, it's fine, it's not the best, but I'm just so sick of every piece of pop culture media that comes out turning into a culture war. Like, if you watch something and that's what you end up thinking, you need to rethink how you consume media and also get a life. There's a way to pose legitimate criticisms against something without resulting to bigotry. Anyway, I think the show's been fine, and I think Indara killed all the witches and Torben saw it, and that's why he drank the poison. Well, I mean, Mattel's a business. They're gonna cancel something if it's not working. It's as simple as that. Didn't you guys miss when they made more than one Microfighter a year? How many clones do I have? I don't know. I don't keep count. 100,000 with 1 million more well on the way. Okay, so a few pieces fell on the floor. We're gonna have to retrieve those real quick. Hopefully I could find them. Let's see. It was working? What, the mini adventures? Well, I don't know. You know, we can't speak for the entire market when it comes to micro drifters and mini adventures. We liked them, but we're not the entire market. We liked them, we bought them, but maybe not enough people did, or maybe they simply thought it was time for the line to end. You know? Everything has a reason behind it. It's a business. And as fans, we're not going to agree with all those decisions, but that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Okay, I can't find the piece I dropped, so... Yeah, no, the deluxes need to come back, though. That's... I think we're coping okay without them. But, like, bring back the deluxes. That's a different case. That was like a space thing, and I think the pandemic really affected deluxes, quite frankly. Deluxes were on the decline ever since Thailand took over, honestly. Which sucks, it really does. It's a shame. The worst part is, deluxes went away right when Cars on the Road came out, which features some of the largest characters in the franchise. And I remember a video where I proposed that the diecast line needs a new size class to fit characters like Captain Longleggy and stuff. But you know, we can't have nice things. Except for the 2,000 nice cars we've already got. You just gotta roll with the punches. Okay, so one of the pieces we dropped went flying all the way over here. Yeah, I don't get the it's dying take. It's doing just fine. And if you're concerned if there's not enough cars needed to support it, I have 50 videos talking about cars that I think they should release that counteract that. Also, Pixar is working on some new Cars adjacent project, which will inevitably get diecast. And then everyone will stop saying it's dying until they start saying it again. I love the internet. Okay, so we're missing one piece right now because I accidentally dropped it. And instead of spending the next half hour searching for it, we're just going to go on without it. If we can. Can we? What are your thoughts on the helmet holes? I already mentioned it earlier. I think it's a ridiculous thing to have a problem with. I don't think it looks the best. But I think people have way overblown and overreacted to it, and it genuinely doesn't happen. It doesn't matter. Okay, the one piece we're missing... Yeah, exactly. The main issue right now was distribution. That's the biggest issue right now. And that goes beyond cars to literally every toy line I follow. I'm going to get a replacement because we're missing this piece, and that's a very common piece I know I have a ton of. So, I'm just going to grab a replacement because, again, we accidentally dropped that one, and I don't want to spend the next 20 minutes of my stream crawling around on the floor. So we're just going to grab a replacement real quick and then carry on. You know, in hindsight, I could have just lied and said, oh, I found it. I didn't. That's a replacement. Hopefully no other significant pieces fell. We'll have to see. So weirdest place you found a Cars diecast. I found a Murray clutch burn at a diner one time. Like, in the box. Or like a kid left him there. Sorry about that. Dropping pieces and stuff. Hopefully we won't have any others that are missing. I think we're fine. We do have to build 2 of these because these are the engines, and I think we're already done with the set. You wouldn't steal a toy car. Oh, cool, you thievery. You didn't steal it from the library, you borrowed it for longer than they intended. I found a Cars 2 Lightning McQueen diecast in a boat museum, among other things, Fist from the Sea. That's so funny. That's like the Garfield phones that wound up on that beach that one time, a few years back. John, I must call. Anyone see the Garfield movie? People that, like, every critic review I've seen has said it sucks. Every person that's not a critic that I know that's seen it has said it's fine. I don't really care. I don't really have interest in it. I never got the appeal. Like, he's not funny. The joke is just... Yeah, see, that's what I've heard. I've heard it doesn't feel like Garfield. That's what I've heard. I've heard kids have been liking it, but what kids now deeply know Garfield, you know? I think if you're an actual Garfield fan, which apparently is a thing that exists, I didn't know that, then you probably won't like it that much. But if you're seeing it just as a kid's movie, it's fine. Well, yeah, best Garfield movie, but what's the competition? Bill Murray and other cat meet each other? Like, that wasn't very Garfield-y either. What is a Garfield plot? He sits and makes, like, 2 jokes. His jokes are, I don't like one day of the week, and Italian food, which is also my personality, actually. Yeah, see, what I've heard several reviewers say that it feels like they just pitched a family movie about a cat, and then Sony was like, hold on, this needs to be tied to a pre-existing IP, and now it's Garfield. Okay, so this is Rex's Y-Wing. It's kind of ugly. I think the other Y-Wing they did when Rogue One came out was probably better. And I think they did a Y-Wing after Rise of Skywalker came out, and I think that one was probably better as well. This is probably my least favorite Y-Wing microfighter design. I think it's just simply too wide. Maybe I'm misremembering how the other ones look. I love the microfighters. I haven't bought one in years. I wish they did more than one a year now. You know, they used to do full waves. But, there he is. Right. Garfield's primary joke besides Monday and Lasagna is pointing out how pathetic John is, which isn't in the movie at all. John's just a generic man rather than a quirky doofus. I love that the joke is that John is pathetic, but, like, Garfield has no life. He's a cat whose entire personality is fat and does nothing, and it's like, you're gonna make fun of some guy for being pathetic? You gotta check yourself first. Well, yeah, obviously it's based on the Clone Wars 1, yeah. Definitely. But I think the more streamlined design of the Clone Wars 1 just translates into a microfighter design worse. It does look like a Clone Wars era Y-Wing, yeah. I just think that at this scale, it's not as interesting. Because it looks too sleek, which it is supposed to be. Will Batcar ever come back? Yeah, Batcar will be back one day. But yeah, no, it does definitely match the Clone Wars Y-wing design. Alright, let's bring Muir back. I'm bringing Muir back. Yep. Can't wait for the missing piece to get found and eventually show up in Cars Adventures. You ever released a Cars Adventures episode filmed on stream about Mater looking for Tommy Joe? Probably not, but I will probably... Since I no longer plan on releasing it, I'll probably unprivate that video, or relist the video. Yeah, I got Disney Tour Muir at, the thrusters on Rex's blasters. Hold on, I need to try that. Yeah, I found him at a yard sale. Actually, I think Batcar might be dying. Yeah, better watch out. Imagine dropping Muir on the Microfighter. I'm more concerned about dropping the Microfighter on Muir. Broken DJ is in like 3 different places right now, so I can't. I'm sorry. One of these days, my stream background should just be all the pieces of Broken DJ. Guys, I tried to tape DJ back together, quite frankly. Stupid idea, yes. Did I try it? Also, yes. When's the next episode of the Rewatch podcast? Haha, Cars Ignite, I already answered when Batcar's coming back. Or if it's coming back. I don't know when it's coming back, but it is at some point. How did that DJ break? I don't know. Oh, it's for sale on a Dutch website. I may actually ask Robin that, thank you. Yeah, Mattel Muir didn't sell well, however. The next episode of the Rewatch podcast is, I don't know, we've kind of, We're not 100% on it yet, but Robin and I have kind of silently canceled the Rewatch podcast. Kind of. Our schedules didn't line up in a way where we could consistently release it to the extent we were hoping to. And I mean, we didn't want to. The thing with the Rewatch podcast is it would take, at the rate we're going, we would never rewatch the whole show. And it's not official. We're not officially ending it. If we were, I would have announced it. Like series 7 return to months years of Pokemon cards. Okay, let's see how many there are right now that I'm officially still making. Batcar. Hold on. Okay, so series that I'm currently still doing that are not releasing. So have you heard of the story of I just don't consistently make episodes for? They've never been consistent, and that's it. That's it. Well, Cars Adventures is on a mid-season break. I said that earlier in the stream. I don't think that really counts. Have you heard of the story of don't release episodes consistently, and they never have? But they're not, like, canceled. Same with Weird Products. That's kind of the point with series like that. Rewatch Podcast, Batcar, and the Final 50, yeah. No, Weird Products isn't intentionally not returning right now. Weird Products I just don't make very frequently. Because the truth with Weird Products is there are only so many episodes I can make, and it's a very popular series, and I don't want to oversaturate it. Errors and Inconsistencies is a series that I'm deliberately not making more of right now because I just don't enjoy making it anymore. Weird Products I love making, I just haven't done one in a while. Bring your Weird Products over to Mupdown Funk. I've actually considered doing that. When's the next Cars Randomness? See, I'm always asked that, but the thing with Cars Randomness is that it's designed to not be a frequent series. Cars Randomness is designed to not be made often. Yeah, Weird Product Week fell through, unfortunately. Cars Randomness I try to release on kind of a 6-month schedule. I'd say 4 to 8 months is the timeline on Cars Randomness. It becomes 8 months when I legitimately forget to make one. but typically it's 4 to 6 months. The last one came out in April. I'd like the next one to come out probably July at some point. Cars Book Club is one that I just haven't had time to make right now. I have 30 reviews to do and a Cars Adventure season to finish and diecast history. The release is quite frankly random. Yeah, for some series it is, yeah. It happens when I feel it's time to make a new one. And that's how my channel's always run. I've had time. I don't like doing it, but I've had times where Weird Products was on hiatus for like 8 months. And I don't like doing that, but I just get roped up with other videos. And that unfortunately means other videos sometimes have to suffer for it. That's just how it goes. And it's not intentional. It's not me forgetting about it. I had to go for every time I canceled a series that is in Cars Adventures after 2 to 6 episodes. I have exactly $1.25. I hope you did the actual math there. Let's see. Life as a Spy. Life as a Spy. Mystery Racer Adventures. What else is there? There's several. How's the Planes retrospective? That's going well, yeah. Oh man, we should do that and see how much you'd have. The Planes retrospective is currently, I've done the first 13 minutes of filming. I have 11 pages worth of notes on the first movie. How I'd rate Cars 3, I chose not to end because it just doesn't line up with how I would do it anymore. Worst next gen, all the ones that have like 18 variants, please stop. A lot of them really mesh together in my head and don't have unique enough designs to stand out, I feel. The first one to come to my mind is the Gaskets one, Richie Guns It. I don't really have a problem with any of them, but... like, you know? That feels like the point. Yeah. I think it kind of is. Alright, so I think we're gonna stop in about 15 minutes, I think. That's what we're gonna do. And, go from there, because I do have another video I gotta put out today. Ed Trunken. I think Ed Trunken. I don't think Ed Trunken has the best design, but I like that Ed Trunken actually looks like a Mood Springs car and isn't that drastically different from the other two. I have not started Dragon's Rising yet. Everyone keeps telling me to. I need to. Cars 3 for Cars 2 and 3, will you be releases that should be made for the releases of those two movies like with Cars 1 or no? That's a loaded way to ask me if I'm doing the Cars 2 and 3 versions of the video I just made. Probably, yeah. Probably. I'm not sure when, quite frankly. That video took me 5 hours to make in one day. But this Every Car That Should Be Made series is kind of my way of bringing back cars. It didn't actually start out as a reboot of Cars That Should Be Made, but I decided to brand it as that because I thought more people would watch it if it were connected, you know? Has the most releases after Mater? That's a good question. Maybe Ramon? Probably Ramon. Oh, you also said probably Ramon, yeah. Guido doesn't have that many more than Luigi, though, really. That would be interesting to count. It really would. I'd say Ramon's probably in third place, and then Guido, then Luigi. Would probably be the top 5. Well, there aren't other Cars 2, yeah, Eduardo said that. There aren't other Cars 2 haulers you could do other than Mac. I mean, you could do diecast version of the World Grand Prix haulers. I think that'd be a pretty good choice. People really like the plastic ones, and they're pretty rare now. They're extremely rare now from the Stunt Racers line. I think if you do diecast versions of them, that would be great, honestly. I think some people would be mad because they're not in the movie and they aren't. But you know, like 90% of haulers we get aren't anyway, so. Carl Hasselhoff, the one that transports Victor Hugo, I've heard that on several occasions. That should be one they do. Honestly, I don't really have a preference. I mean, I think that'd be awesome, but I don't think they would on account of it not being a race hauler. Like, it doesn't fit the... It just doesn't fit the current standards for what a hauler is. Marty isn't really a racing hauler. Yeah, but he is a next-gen hauler. Well, I don't count Wally and Marty because they're a contract thing, you know? But anyway, guys, with all that said and done, I think we're gonna wrap it up right about now. Walmart pity. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd take a Walmart racer at this point, just to have, like, a Walmart Next Gen, just to have someone to go with Marty. Because Next Gen delivery truck still doesn't make sense. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this stream. I said the thing. See you guys next time. Should have a video coming out later today. I'm not sure if it'll be a review or a Cars Adventures episode. I'll have to see what kind of time I have, but I do hope to get an upload out today in addition to this. So, see you guys next time.